Okay, hello and welcome to today's event. I'm Jason Gumper from msdynamicsworld.com, and we're here for a session all about building a SaaS Dynamics 365 practice.
All right. So thanks, Jason, and thanks everybody for joining us. So I hope that you're ready for an interesting webinar. So basically, just to do a quick presentation, my name is Seguin. I am the technical solution manager for Dynamics 365 here at SureWeb. And what happened in the last 2 years, as we saw Business Central kind of slowly taking shape, coming from Dynamics 365, the financial solution, and then afterwards the business edition of finance and operation. We kind of figured that we should be, as a distributor, we should be there to help our partners facilitate, I would say, being able to modify their practice from selling on premises to selling to the cloud as a new solution as a SaaS model. So there was some challenges coming up, and we wanted to tackle them head on and try to figure a way that we could do more than simply be there for you to sell selling licenses actually. So we wanted to do a little more than that, and we've kind of built an interesting approach, and this is what we're going to talk about during this webinar. So let me start off. Give me a second here. All right.
And I've shared those poll results to get us started.
All right. And I don't see the results.
Okay, well, I can just quickly tell you, it really spread out kind of a variety of responses in terms of how comfortable are you. 18% very uncomfortable, 36% somewhat uncomfortable, 9% neutral, and then 18% comfortable or very comfortable, somewhat comfortable or very. And then in the question of onboarding services from a distributor, let's see, we have 45% saying yes, they would be comfortable, and then another 45% saying not sure, and then a few didn't answer that one, I suppose.
All right, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you very much. Thanks for answering, everybody. So let's start this off, and we'll start presenting SureWeb first, and afterwards we'll dive deeper into the way that we design things there at SureWeb. So basically, very rapidly, SureWeb, we were born in the cloud in 1998. This means that we've never sold anything else than cloud solutions. We have 7,000 partners and 50,000 organizations worldwide. We're about 750 people in our staff and growing rapidly. We have data centers for our IaaS solutions all over North America. We're a Microsoft Indirect Cloud Solution provider. You probably figured that out. We're the #1 CSP distributor in North America in 2016. And you can read the rest that's there. I don't want to toot our own horn, but we are doing quite well at providing cloud solutions. So just backing up here, we all saw these numbers in the last slides, and let's dive right in. So basically today the agenda, why did we do this presentation? We'll go over that. Afterwards I'll show you how you can accelerate your sales cycle. Then we'll go over how to build your bundle and prepackaged services, and I won't go into I would say each packages that we have. I'll show you one of our packages. You'll kind of get the idea of what we built, and if you ever want to go deeper into that, you can reach out and I can provide you with more information at that point. We'll learn how to benefit from being part of our network of expert partners, because if you're here, you're probably all expert partners in your field. We'll see how you can position any other application that we offer, so Office 365, CRM, or anything under the Dynamics stacks, and we have other offerings also. And how you can provide the right licenses depending on what your customer needs. So this might be something that's a bit complicated by looking at the overall Dynamics stacks. There's a lot of stuff in there. You might be, let's say, very comfortable at selling Dynamics GP, but the rest of the Microsoft stack, the rest of the Dynamics stack might be something that you're not totally familiar with. So we'll look into that quickly also. So, what did we want to do this presentation? Well, basically, um, it's easy to move to a SaaS business model, so they say. So basically, when we were listening to the messages that were told by Microsoft, for example, since Business Central has been released, we kind of got the idea that moving to Business Central is something that's quite easy. And in reality, well, we got feedback from a lot of our partners that it's not that easy because you already have your business model, you already have your own way of working, and you've been doing this for a while now. So rethinking the way that you're selling your dynamic solution, it's not something that you can't put your business on hold and say, okay, let's rethink all of this and then start it back in 2 weeks with a new business model. It's not how things are happening. So basically, the facts are you'll need to rethink your revenue source. You're not selling servers anymore with a SaaS practice. The overall solution doesn't sell itself the same. You don't have that upfront cost for licenses that was pretty high, so it's a monthly fee. So basically, the entry price into the solution is way lower. So you'll have to learn new skills also, setting up Business Central. Well, we'll dive into that a little bit later on, but there's no customization if you're selling on the cloud. It's you just do extensions, so it's a different way of working. You'll have to train your staff on how to sell it, how to approach customers, and how to do the implementations. You'll have to spark interest from your customers. So basically, you've sold these solutions in the past, and some of them were sold probably not that long ago. So these customers, how do you want to approach them and kind of get them interested in moving to a SaaS to a cloud solution? You'll have to diversify your portfolio also. If you want to work in the cloud, well, by having a diversified portfolio, you can cover more ground. Office 365, Azure, there are other products out there. So this will all contribute to your revenue at the end of at the end of the year. And so basically, it's not a walk in the park. So SureWeb, well, our team is working for you every day. So SureWeb has been helping partners just like you to grow their business central practice. We've invested in developing tools for Dynamics 365 partners to help you grow instead of simply offering you licenses, as I was saying at the start of this webinar. And we can teach you how to do it, or you can even simply resell our own services that you can make a large margin on and basically start reselling Business Central as a SaaS solution up until a point where you're fully comfortable at offering your own onboarding services. But in the meantime, we offer you these services also. So let's look into this a bit more. So accelerating your sales cycle. So what's in it for you when working with us? Basically, we wanted to help you to go to market faster. As I said a bit earlier, by transforming your business model, well, there's a lot of stuff involved. You need to rethink a lot of different aspects of what you're doing. So what we did, we gave you the opportunity to go to market now. So we have the expertise to help you migrate your first GP, SL, or NAV partner. You can be the project manager. You'll be driving the whole project. You'll be included in the whole onboarding process. You'll see how we do things, and your customer will still rely on you as being the one in charge. We're gray labeled. We're in the back end, and by looking at us do this stuff, you'll probably accelerate your own knowledge of the implementation process of Business Central up to a point where maybe after two, three, four, or five implementation done with us, or maybe even faster than that, you'll be fully comfortable doing it on your own, building your own packages that we'll look into a bit later on, and then well, you'll have used us to actually accelerate your transition to a SaaS model. So we provide you with white label marketing materials to help you to start promoting Business Central. We'll provide you with scoping guides to guide you along on what question to ask your customers and partners. We'll provide you with marketing tactics webinars, data sheets for every application under the Microsoft stack, competitive material, and sales training. So basically, you can use us to accelerate the transformation within your business. We offer advanced support on Business Central, so you don't have to worry about supporting your first customers up until the point where you are fully comfortable by doing it yourself, or you can still continue to use us. This is part of the onboarding package for the first year, and then afterwards, after the first year, you can still continue paying for that advanced support that you can charge back to your end customers. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. So building bundles and prepackaged services. Basically, to make money within Business Central, within a Business Central practice, you need to make it simple for customers to hire you. And this is the way that we see things here at SureWeb. This is kind of our own. This is how we saw things develop over the last 2 years. And there are other ways of seeing this, and there are other practices out there. There are other partners doing things differently, but this is what we saw from our own Dynamics 365 partners. So take this not with a grain of salt, but take this as our own experience and kind of adapt what I'm saying to your reality, and never hesitate to call us and discuss where you're at and where you want to go. So let's look at this slide first, how to make money. So you can. The best way to work with Business Central is to make it easy, fast, and repeatable. That's how we build our bundles and packages. So basically, customers are under the impression that cloud software is as easy as signing up and start using it. And as we all know, that's not the case. So it's not the case with Business Central, even though it's easier now than when it was on-prem. There's still a lot of work to be done for a customer to have a fully functional solution. So by building standard packages for each part of Business Central, you will be able to repeat your onboarding process each time you get a new customer. You're going to save time. You're going to do the same thing over and over and over again for the basic portion of Business Central. We'll look into a pre-packaged bundle right after this slide, if I remember correctly, so you'll be able to see what I mean by repeat the same thing over and over again. If you bundle your Dynamics 365 with Office 365 and things like Cloud PBX also that we resell, you're creating value. And when you're creating value, you're creating stickiness. People are coming to you for one part of the solution, and you're integrating them with their Office 365 or reselling them Office 365 and connecting them to Cloud PBX, for example. Well, you're coming off as a full-blown solution provider, but you don't need to rethink all of these aspects. For example, Cloud PBX, we have a plug-and-play solution. We do everything for you. We deliver you the keys to the solution, and it's just a matter of setting it up with Business Central. There are ways to do this. We are there to help you. So, and same thing for Office 365. We can help you migrate a customer that has his Office 365 somewhere else and integrate with Dynamics 365. If you want, you can use us to onboard your customers. As I said, we gray label our packages, so we'll do everything for you while you make the margins that are 30 to 40% depending on what you're looking into, what type of packages you're looking into. But still, the margins are high, and your level of implication is quite small. Okay, so this is the name of our gray label service for Dynamics 365. It's called Service 365. And as you're seeing now, and this might be, I'll leave this slide up on the screen for a little while so you can look at it. So basically what we're looking at is a basic package for the financial part of Business Central. So you can see the pricing. This is the pricing that we are selling to the end customers. So you're making 30% pretty much off of this amount. This is the things that we're going to do. These are the steps that we're going to do again and again and again when we're setting up the financial portion of Business Central. So as you can see, there's the general setup. There's some training, there's some navigation, user creation, and I won't read through all of this. I'll let you read through it while I speak. But as you can see, these are things that no matter who you're setting up, they need this to be created. They need this to be done. So once this is kind of the basis of setting up Business Central, and since this is a pre predefined package, I would say, we can do a quote for someone within a couple of minutes. So this is basic setup. So the way that we do things here at SureWeb, the way that we can do things for you is pretty much we can quote the basic stuff and then do a demo to the end customer. And while we do the demo, we have a questionnaire that they need to fill out. And so through the questionnaire and through the demo, we will know and through the scoping questions also that we can give you, we will know which pack that we need to sell. So there's the finance pack, there's the CRM pack, for example, that's inside Business Central. There's the distribution pack, production pack. So by driving that demo and asking these questions, at the end of the demo, we have a clear picture of what we need to provide as packages. And if we need to include a bit more time for a little customization work, and then we can provide you a quote quite easily. And as I said, by doing this with us a couple of times, you'll get the way that we do things, and you'll start being able to build your own packages. And we can even do a phone call anytime that you'd like to, and I'll be glad to provide you with kind of our spec sheet of all of these packages that we have, and you can look into them and kind of figure out what you'd like to resell or what you would like to build on your side also for your own customers. So you see, these are all the packages that we have. So there's the financial setup, production, distribution. We have different levels for all of these. So production, there's basic production, advanced production, same thing for distribution. We can go as far as bin management, for example, scanner guns, things like that. Service management, resource management, job resource and timesheets, intercompany consolidation, budgets, cash flow, fixed assets, Business Central CRM, time and material consulting, and we have some more. So basically, we can do a quote within 10 minutes. It's as easy as that. And we could have even, and we have not done it yet, but we have a platform for provisioning here at SureWeb. So when you work with us, you go through our platform, you can provision anything Dynamics or anything Office or any product available, and we will at some point put all of these right within our platform, so you can just go in, click all you need, and add that to a customer, and that's it. You're up and running. We take care of the rest. We contact you. You set up the first meeting, and we start doing the onboarding afterwards. This is where we think that you can benefit from what we are doing, and also where you can contribute to what we are doing. So basically, over time, as we started building all of this, we kind of figured out that, let me go right back. We kind of figured out that we need you, you need us, and there's a lot of partners out there that need your expertise, and you might need their expertise also. So basically, it has become, for us, we've built a partner-to-partner community, and we are working at growing this community. Basically, we want to offer your services to other partners that might need you. So let's say, for example, one of our MSPs, for example, gets a new customer. That customer has a Dynamics solution. Let's say they have GP on-prem and they want to upgrade that to a SaaS solution. So, and they got to that account basically maybe by Office 365. So they're reselling their Office 365. They're managing that portion, but they don't know how to do Dynamics 365. So they come to us. Our sales team go through me and asks me, do you have someone within your expert partner community that could work with this with this customer that's located, I don't know, in Florida, for example. And then we put you in touch with the MSP. We create the relationships. You start working with all of these people. So basically, you now have access to this large community of customers that are reaching to us for help. So you can offer your services, but the other way around works too. You get access to all of these Dynamics partners that are working with us. So let's say you are selling a solution, you're selling your first Business Central solution, you're comfortable using our own onboarding services, but the customer is also asking for a CRM solution, and you are not comfortable at all with CRM. We'll introduce you to some of our Dynamics 365 partners that are doing CRM, and then you can work with the end customer, keep the relationship, and still have that possibility of setting up that CRM. And all of our partners that are working with us, they offer either referral fees, they can also put your company's hat on, and so they won't say who they are, so they're kind of your consultants. So this has been working really well for us in the last 2 years, and we have made a lot of end customers happy by connecting the dots for everybody in the background. So next image makes me laugh each time I see it. Basically, when Dynamics 365 partners compete, this might see this might be the scene. So at first when we started, we were asking people, do you want to work with someone else? And we kind of got the feeling that people weren't that comfortable working with other Dynamics 365 partners. There seemed to be a lot of competition out there, but with the evolution of these services and the way that the cloud market has taken off, it's not possible to do everything. So when everybody combines their skills, well, we get peace and we get happy customers. And in the end, isn't that what we're all looking for? So once you've all come together, well, partners and customer, we have partners and customer all over the world. We can offer your services to our MSPs, our direct customers. You'll also get access to a channel of expert partners. You'll be able to win deals on other Dynamics 365 applications. So you might come in with a Business Central solution for someone, and basically you can also win the CRM deal because you'll have someone working with you in the back end. So by being part of this community, you'll be able to win more deals, create stickiness with your new customers, and we will grow that community. And we are very and as you probably already figured out, English is not my main language. So I'm searching for a word, but we are inclusive. That's the word I was searching for. We are inclusive. So we want to make sure that we think about all of the Dynamics 365 communities out there, like MS Dynamics World. We reach out to a lot of people, and we try to offer um, everybody's expertise to all that needs them, if that makes sense. So I have here two I would say two examples of deals that we've done lately. So we have a partner that works here in Canada and also in the US, LID. So they approached us to help them transition to Business Central. So they are a NAV partner. They are very comfortable and have done a lot of NAV projects. They wanted to move to Business Central, but just taking the time to stop and learn everything and do everything, it was a bit too much for them. They have multiple projects that are going on, and they just couldn't stop. So they started asking us to do their demos for Business Central. So we started doing their demos. We helped them figure out the licensing portion, and we provided our package model to help them build their own approach. So they have not used us for our own onboarding services. In their case, they've used us to do their demos, speak to their end customers, and slowly start building their own packages by looking at what we're doing. Another one of our partner in the US, Team Technology, uses us to do their onboarding until they get up to speed. So we have worked with them to actually fill the gaps on their expertise level for a certain portion of Business Central, and for other portion they asked us, so do you want to fill this gap? Do you want to do this portion of the onboarding? So we are very flexible in our approach. We are not here to remove business from all of you. We are here to help you get new business and fill in the gaps. So we are very flexible in the way that we approach this. We listen to what you want, and we tell you if we can do exactly what you need. We have not said no to anybody yet. We've always adjusted to all of our partners. So basically, that's the takeaway message I want you to get from this presentation is that we adapt to what you need, and we take you where you're at right now to help you go to where you want to go. So we don't impose anything. We don't we don't we don't want to take away business from our partners. We want to provide you everything that you need to grow your own business. So this portion, we basically offer you what your customers are asking for. So as you might have seen in the last, let's say the last 5 years, but it has been going on for a little longer than that, we're seeing that end customers don't want to deal with multiple solution provider. They would like to have one partner where they can call if they have problems, and kind of don't want to get someone telling them, well, this is not what we do, this is someone else's fault, and then they call somewhere else, and that person says, well, that's not us, that's another portion. People want it, they have their own business to run, they want to keep it simple, they want everything to be in one place. So SureWeb, we are, other than the Dynamics portion, is, well, what we offer is a lot of cloud solutions. We, as you can see on the screen, we sell a small CRM. We sell the full Dynamics stack, but we sell a smaller CRM, more of a basic solution called Nimble. We offer Office 365. We have SaaS solution through Azure services or our own, not SaaS, sorry, IaaS solution. So we have Azure. We have our own IaaS solutions. We resell Exchange, Veeam Cloud Connect. We have Cloud PBX. We have backups. We have Office Protect, which is one of our own solution that we've built to provide a different level of security behind Office 365. We have G Suite. So all of these products that we're reselling, we know that you probably don't have the time to develop expertise on all of them. So we're here to help you. We can kind of work with you and even really work with you to a level where we can work with your end customers at setting this up for them. So you can leverage our own services to make you look good, to make you look, I would say, kind of a one-stop shop for your end customers. And by doing this, what you're doing is creating stickiness. Your customers will see you as a solution advisor, not as someone who's more, I would say, providing one solution, but actually covering all of their needs. And in the back end, SureWeb's here to help you, and we can even put you in touch with, as I said, other experts to make sure that you're driving the front end and the customer is always happy, and in the back end, you're getting all the help that you need. So the right license for the right customers. Um, I'm going to show you these slides without actually knowing your level of comprehensions of all these products. So Business Central, the different version that you can get, and everything under the Dynamics 365 stack. So maybe for you this is something that you'll have already seen, maybe not, maybe you've never looked at all of this. So I hope that this will be interesting for you guys. So this one you've probably seen if you started looking at Business Central. So this is the SaaS version of Business Central. So you've got that team member for light applications. You've got the Essential solution, which includes pretty much everything, everything that you need, except if you're doing manufacturing or service management, then you'll want to go with the premium solution. And that's Business Central as a SaaS solution. So that's the one that you're going to work with if you want to kind of get up and running quickly. You go to our platform, you enter the name of that customer that you just acquired, and you just click the license that you need. Then you have your tenant that set it up automatically. Licenses are ready to go, and then you just need to start setting them up, onboarding them. So that's I would say, the easiest Business Central solution to resell. But it's not the only one that's available, as you might have known. So Business Central is also available as a perpetual license as you were uh, selling while you were selling GP, while you were selling NAV or SL. So the perpetual licenses, it's this basically the same model. It's paid up front. There's not much development restriction, so you can go and customize the solution as you always did. You can use those customization and extensions. So basically a mix of the two. And that solution, the perpetual solution, is not available in CSP. So here at SureWeb, we can't resell that solution. You'll find it through other channels. There is the hybrid solution. So basically, by working with CSP, you get the Business Central solution, but instead of deploying it on the Microsoft Cloud through their SaaS offering, there's a dual use, right? So you use it kind of as an on-prem solution, but you install it either on Azure or our own IaaS solution, which is called Performance Cloud. So you then can use it with customizations and extensions, but you do have the advantages of getting access to the solution from the cloud, so on multiple devices. So this hybrid solution is quite interesting when you need to do a lot of customization, but not all customers do need these customization. Extensions might cover 90% of all the Business Central deal that you're gonna get. So when you want to keep it as simple as possible, and I would say kind of keep these customers being onboarded quickly and then being able to upgrade easily while if you're working with extensions, when Business Central gets updated, it's all done by Microsoft in the backend. Solution is always kept up to date, and these extensions will follow along. You don't have to rewrite extensions. You will still have to rewrite those customization though. So it's all a matter of balancing if what the customer needs is fully customized, well then be my guest, dive right in, use that solution as an on-prem solution, either on an IaaS solution or on their own servers, and customize it to their taste. And if you feel that extensions might meet what they're asking for, well, by all means, use extensions. It's going to make future upgrades easier. So what you're seeing now is basically the whole Dynamics 365 stack. So here at SureWeb, we resell all of these solutions, whether it be from finance and operation to Dynamics 365 for sales, customer service. All of these solutions we resell. We can help you resell. We can help you scope out this project. We can put you in touch with expert partners. We can help you make sure that when you're facing your customer, you have all the information required to actually answer all of their questions and make them feel that they're in good hands. And we'll be completely transparent in the back, white labeled. Nobody will know that we're there, but we'll be able to feed you all that you need to win these deals and work within the Dynamics 365 stack. And what you're seeing here is the enterprise solutions. So basically the same thing as the other slide right before it. You're seeing everything that's available under the Dynamics 365 enterprise solutions with with the pricing. So these are pricing for your end customers. So you get an idea of the how large Dynamics 365 is and how much it covers the whole market of going from ERP to customer engagement. Every one of these applications has a role, and what's great about Business Central is that a lot of these applications, Business Central has a small portion of it. So, for example, as you might have seen, there's the CRM right within Business Central. It's not at all the same full-blown application as the one that's available separately as Dynamics 365 for sales, but still, Business Central is instead of calling it an ERP, I call it more of I would say a business management solution. It covers pretty much all aspects of what a business might need. It's just a matter of making it fit to their needs, and that's where we come in, and that's where we can help you. So this webinar wasn't actually to go too deep inside of our packages. You've seen one. You've seen what we're doing with this with this package. But as I said, please don't hesitate. You can reach out to us, and I can share with you all of our packages. You can see what we're doing. This could give you an idea of how to build your own and start providing them, or basically you can just use everything that we have and just say yes from now on when someone phones in and says, "Do you do Business Central?" Absolutely. We have all of these solutions. Come to us, and we, in the back end, will do the work for you. And you'll just reap in the benefits by cashing in on those margins and connecting them to other solutions as Office 365 and be their one-stop shop for everything that they need. So that was it for me. I wanted to open it up to questions and answers. So if there's some Q&A, I'm all ears.
All right, so we are open for your questions now in the audience. One that has already come in is just asking if people who are online can get access to your slides today, Joel.
Absolutely. I'll send them over to, do you want me to send them over to you, Jason, and then you can share it with everybody that was online?
Yeah, we can do that.
Perfect. I'll send them over.
All right, great. Yeah, any other questions, please do enter them into the Q&A now, and we do have a few minutes here. Joel, another maybe thought to get from you. Let's see here as questions come in. Oh, okay, great. Here's one. So asking, is the training that you mentioned, is it on-site or remote only?
It's remote, but through our channel of expert partners, let's say that you need someone on-site, we have people throughout North America that can go and meet you and meet the customers on-site if that's what you need.
Someone would like to know, what's the best size company for Business Central, and are there good vertical fits?
Yeah. So best size, I would say it keeps changing. When we first started with Business Central, we were seeing smaller companies, smaller deals, so 4 to 10 users. That was the main portion of what we were seeing. But lately, we've been getting 50, 80, 100 licenses. So I think it matches the fact that a lot of partners are getting more comfortable with the solution. They kind of figured out also how to use extensions instead of customization, because at first we were always getting people telling us, well, it's not the same as Nav. Nav I could customize. Nav I could do this, I could do that. So I'm not selling it, and I'll keep selling Nav. So now that they've played with extensions and they went on AppSource to find out that there are these extensions that are already built also, they saw that they're working differently with Business Central, but they get the same results. So now we are seeing much bigger deals. So I would say any company that's I would say 300 employees or less, and that have people ranging from 5 users to 150 users, the software handles it quite easily.
All right. Did you say that there's a connector to get G Suite to work with Business Central?
That would be great. I know that there's a company out there that has been working on it, but I've not seen it completed yet. So I'm not even sure if and that's a while ago, so I'm not even sure if the project is still on. As it is now, the best integration is still with Office 365.
Can you talk at all about third-party application integration? I assume the question is with Business Central.
Yes. So through AppSource, for example, a lot of companies have, well, a lot of them were existing while they were in the past when they were working with Nav solutions, so they integrated with Nav. These people have updated their solutions. They're now available for Business Central, and Microsoft has created AppSource. So while you're on AppSource, you can just target anything that is related to Business Central, and there's a lot of them available. For example, one company that we often recommend they're called InsightWorks. They do warehouse management solution. They've done a perfect job of adapting their nav solution to Business Central, and there's so many of them. Jet reports, for example, if you want to get uh, reports tailored to what you need. So basically, here at Sherweb, what we do with these ISVs, for now at least, we kind of give our recommendation, and then you can go and see what these manufacturers are doing. We are looking at later down the line, starting to work with these people and actually reselling their solution. But for now, we have not started officially reselling ISV solutions, but we can recommend a lot of them.
All right. Someone else has the question: is Business Central basically the same as Nav?
It's the same source code, so it's the same software. Um, Basically, what has happened is Microsoft has moved Nav to the cloud. But in the case that, let's say you were working with Nav and working with customers that needed a lot of customization, well, in that case, the SaaS solution might not be the one that you want to work with because you don't get access to that database in the back. You need to access it through extensions. Um, so if you want to work off that database, you would then need to go with the on-prem solution. So either by installing the, the dual use rights that you get with the monthly subscription, or getting the perpetual licenses, and then you would be able to work exactly as you would in Nav. There was some confusion at some point where we kept hearing conflicting messages that Nav wasn't available anymore and was off the market, and basically Business Central was replacing it officially starting now. Well, Nav it's going to be sold up to sometime really soon. It's not going to be available some in the near future, but still, Nav will still be supported by Microsoft. Will still be a viable solution. Business Central is just the I would say the evolution of Nav. It's the way Nav is going, and before long, it's going to be the only available solution. It's just a matter of you setting it up the way that you want to work with it, so either on-prem or on the cloud.
All right. Why don't we make a final call for questions here? I want to remind everyone we also have a brief survey that will pop up when you excuse me, when you depart today, and you can look for that as well. All right. I guess one last question here I see asking, what do you think the effects are going to be, the effects of Business Central on GP and SL?
Well, as a lot of you might know, Business Central is not the direct evolution of GP. So people that were using GP, there were some aspects of it that are not exactly totally the same, I would say, inside Business Central. So Microsoft created something that I find very, very cool. It's called the Cloud Extension, if I remember the right name. It's basically a little software, a little subscription, somewhere around $20 per month, that connects to GP. And what it does is it actually transfers your data over to a Business Central solution, but you keep your on-prem GP. It just transfers over the data to a cloud solution, so a Business Central solution, and it also gives you some functionalities that you get inside Business Central, so AI and things like that, some forecasting. So this kind of do the kind of does the transition between keeping your on-prem solution in GP and working with GP as you're comfortable with. And GP is probably going to be supported by Microsoft for a long while, at least five years or even more than that. And that I don't have the right numbers on that, but we can bet on at least 5 more years of full support, if not 10. But by using this little extension, you can have the two solutions working in parallel. So you can start using some of the cloud functionalities while still keeping the interface that you're comfortable with, up until a point where you feel that you've moved your customers fully on to a more business central type of solution, and then you can switch off that on-prem server. So I feel that business central is where Microsoft want to take their customers, all-encompassing business management solution. But in practice, that's not entirely doable on a, let's say, let's flip a switch and go from what you're using right now to something entirely different. So by creating this little kind of middle solution, it will let your customers easily transition to the cloud, and also having their data already backed up in the cloud. So the transition will be smoother. And while you learn and while you get more comfortable with the solution, you'll be able to have these discussions with your customers at some point and saying, by the way, I think that you're now ready for transition to a fully cloud solution, and it's going to make it easier for you to transition them down the line. But if that's 5 years from now, that's fine also. We here at SureWeb don't resell GP, don't resell NAV. We only sell these cloud solutions, but we fully support you while you transition to this. And we have heard you, we hear you, we know that it's not something that could be switched from one to the other as we what's the word I'm looking for here? Something that could be done in an afternoon, or within a week, or within a month. So it takes time, and will help you transition slowly to make it easy for your customers.
Okay, well, I think we are at the end of our questions now, so we can begin to wrap up. Joel, thank you very much for presenting today and taking so many questions.
It's my pleasure. Thanks, everybody, for asking the questions, and please feel free within the deck. You have our phone number, you have our address. Feel free to reach out. We're here to help.
All right. And with that, we will conclude today's event. Have a nice day, everyone.